She thought it was just the beginning, but it turned out to be the end. One date, one decision, and a moment she'll never forget. Today, we're seeing into what led to this first date disaster and the brutal truth that left her stunned. Let's get into it.
Y'all will literally not believe what just went to me on this date. I'm gonna have to call y'all when I get in the car. Yeah. Talk about. Okay, so I'm back in the crib. Y'all would not believe what just happened.
We don't care.
Let me tell you something.
We don't care.
Like, I literally went on a date with a guy, and let's just say, mind you, he's sitting right next to me. I ordered what I want. He didn't want to order anything because he ate. So he just ordered a drink. I ordered what I wanted, and he hears it clearly because he's right next to me. The food comes. He started making all these comments. Oh, you ordered that? Oh, you gonna eat all that?
The way I see it is them agreeing to go out on drinks, and the second the waiter comes, she starts to order everything. If I was him, I'd lose my appetite if my date did this.
Mind you, I told him that my friend flew into town and that after dinner I was gonna go see her because she wanted me to pull up on her or whatever. He's like, did you order some food for your friend? He was like, if I wasn't here, would you order all that?
Good question. You should ask him that when we get there.
Baby, you think I can't afford a meal? I said, honestly, if you wasn't here, I would have still ordered like this.
Why the you lying?
Why?
This is how I eat with my friends. This is how I eat when I'm by myself.
All I know is that if someone invites you to eat, starting to order everything is beyond rude, even if they offer to pay for it.
Huh?
Crazy. But the kicker is, this man said, oh, I'm gonna go. I said, okay. He lays down $100, walks off. Mind you, he called us a black truck to dinner. So I rode with him in an Uber. He left. He didn't say anything besides I'm gonna go, and then set the money down and then dipped off.
He did the best that anyone can do. He even paid for everything, while many men would demand the check to be split.
He didn't ask if I needed a ride, how was I gonna get home. He didn't ask what the bill was, nothing.
Women.
Mind you, this is a 45-year-old man, grown Nigerian man.
3 hours later.
Okay, I'm gonna do a quick story time because I don't know what some of y'all problems are, making it seem like what I ordered was outrageous. This man took me to a steakhouse, okay? Keep that in mind. This is a dinner date. What do you do at dinner? You eat dinner. I told him that, like, I wanted steak, asparagus, like, I wanted, like, the full,
What do you mean by that?
Demanding that someone does this on the first date is unbelievable.
So he knew, mind you, he picked the restaurant. I didn't pick it. He picked the restaurant, okay? So, and again, I got the lamb chops. The lamb chops are cheaper than the steak itself. That's number one. So if I would have got the steak and an appetizer or two, it would have added up to what the hell I ordered anyway. And also, I don't know about y'all, have some standards.
This is not okay. This needs to stop now.
Before it came up to food, this guy told her that he doesn't like to be used for free food. So just keep this in mind.
Okay? If you're taking me to a steakhouse, I'm going to order what I want. Not only because it's like you're paying for it, but I can afford what I want to eat. Okay? And there's nothing wrong if you can't afford it, but I can afford it. So I'm not about to starve myself or act like I don't want to eat something because a guy took me on a date. I've never experienced something like that. So again, like when I say it's the worst date ever, it is because I've never experienced nothing like that.
This sounds more like his worst date ever as well. Imagine you having 5 different plates and thinking you didn't order too much. I've never ordered 5 different plates for myself. I just see it as a waste of food.
And I never had a man walk out on me at dinner.
Do me a favor, please. Get out of here.
On a date, like basically the tab, because you didn't even ask how much the tab was, like. So that was crazy. It was a few red flags.
If your date starts acting greedy, you have every right to walk away. Just make sure to pay for yourself.
Like me asking him, like, I had hinted, I was like, so what are you gonna eat? And he just was like, oh, I'm not hungry, like I ate. And I was like, why would you eat? We had dinner. But as soon as, mind you, he's sitting right next to me. So when I order all my food, he's hearing it. He's literally right next to me. We sat at the bar because he's 6'8" and he didn't want to sit at a table because like his legs and his knees or whatever. Had no problem with that. So he's literally sitting directly next to me. He's hearing what I'm saying. I order my food, no comment. My food comes out, all these comments. And this is what, it just wasn't one or two comments. It was repeated comments back to back to back, where it was like, even the bartender was kind of like looking over it because it's like, you're making me feel uncomfortable.
You serious?
And like, if I was a bigger woman, I would have felt like you was body shaming me.
I wonder how many plates she ordered for him to have that reaction. But judging from the situation, I assume it's a lot.
Because why are you asking me that? Why are you asking me if I'm going to eat the food that I ordered? What did I order it for? Why are we on a dinner date? He was like, oh, you order all that? He was like, you going to eat all that? He was like, did you order something for your friend? He was like, if I wasn't here, was you going to order that?
I'll have the steak smothered in onions, a rack of ribs, pasta with extra garlic, lots and lots of sauerkraut.
And I was like, that's such an interesting comment to make. And it was like silent for 5 minutes, and then he apologized. I was like, oh, I'm sorry. Like, I wasn't trying to be disrespectful. I wasn't trying to be rude. And I was literally telling him, I was like, yeah, because I'm like, that was very offensive. I was like, I actually feel very disrespected. I was like, that was definitely rude.
I'm here to tell you right now, we don't care.
The only rude thing is to order all of that food, completely disregarding the other person's budget.
He was like, oh, I'm sorry, that wasn't my intentions. And I was like, okay. And I was like, and he was telling me, because prior to the food coming out, we had a conversation where I was stating that I don't like dating in Houston. And I was telling him why. He said he didn't like dating in Houston because he felt like women here are just finesse, like other cities. It's not like Houston. Like, this is the only city that women like money. He was just like, I feel like women just like you for your money. They wanted you to take them on trips and this, and that. That was like red flag number 2.
Huh?
Whatever. I'm like, okay. So he was breaking that to me. He was like, yeah, you know, this kind of just happened to my friend. And he took a girl on a date and she ordered all this food and he ended up leaving her. And
he clearly stated and told her that he doesn't like when a date does this. And 10 minutes later, she did the one thing he told her he didn't like. So I understand the need for him to walk away.
He was saying, so like, he was like, and I told you, like, I feel like girls be trying to finesse. And I was like, I don't have to finesse you for dinner. I was like, even if you wasn't here, I would have been able to afford this tab myself.
So that was a f***ing lie.
I was like, are you implying that you don't want to pay for my food? He was like, no, that's not what I'm implying. And I was like, okay. I was like, well, I was like, I would have respected if you would have said, like, you know, explain this to me instead of like telling me, you know, instead of making those remarks. He was like, oh, I just apologize about that. I said, I understand that, but I'm letting you know why I was upset and why I felt the way I felt.
So basically, she was upset over the fact that she ordered many plates and his completely normal reaction to that.
So then he was like, yeah, but like, you know, I was like, well, honestly, I was like, if you feel like people are going to finesse you or you have, and he was like, you know, this is probably like some of my trauma from my past and dating. And I was like, I understand that, but I was like, it's not fair for you to project what people did to you.
You're broke! You're f***ing poor!
Onto me.
I agree it's not fair to judge new people based on what old ones did, but in this case, she did the thing he said he doesn't like the most.
You just met me. I'm not. So you can't say I'm trying to finesse you because, baby, I could pay for it myself. And I was like, honestly, if you feel like people are going to finesse you for dinner, I was like, maybe take them on a bowling date. Like, maybe take them to an arcade. But you're 45 years old. I understand I'm 25. Mind you, this man was talking to me about marriage.
What?
He was like, you're so mature for your age. Blase, 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 blase. Tripping about me ordering appetizer, entree, and sides. Okay. And it was to the point where, like, even the bartender was, like, literally side-eyeing because he just was, like, when I say it just was multiple comments back to back to back. Within the first few minutes of my food getting, like, placed on the counter, and I was just literally, like, it made me feel so uncomfortable. Like, I've literally never been on a date like that ever.
Pretending to like someone just to get free food is manipulation.
Ever.
Do you have any idea how fast I am?
So then after I said, like, you know, maybe go on a bowling date or an arcade date, it was quiet for like a couple minutes. He was on his phone. He was calling Uber. I already knew he was calling Uber. So then he was like, yeah, I'm going to go. I was like, okay. He puts $100 cash down, walks out. He doesn't say bye. He doesn't say it was nice meeting you. He doesn't say, do you have a ride home?
It's over at that point. He knew she was only interested in the food, and he left.
Or is there a way, are you okay to get home? Because remember, like I said, I Ubered with him.
We do not care.
He didn't say anything. He just got up and left. Mind you, he said that his daughter's 25 or 24. Your daughter's my age. How would you feel if your daughter went on a date and a man treated her like that? But I digress. But yeah, all them comments that y'all making about like me doing too much, shut it up.
Women.
Do you guys think he was in the clear for walking away?
I have an ATM between my legs and I'm just using it. All I got to do is put my card in and that's it. And put the PIN number and boom, money just comes right out.
That machine will break over time, and it won't work the same.
Went on a date and it's like, it was good. And then yet, like, I'm just tired of, like, I don't know. The bill came. The bill didn't come. He asked for the bill. And in French, he said 2 bills.
I can't imagine the nightmare these people feel when they hear the bill. It's funny because they are adults, and they still expect the other person to pay for them.
And then so they came, and I was like, if someone says, I want to take you out, then I want to be taken out, which means to me to pay and whatever. So we did that. I paid and it's fine.
Rejected.
And then after I was honest and I just said it, like, I don't know. Cause I said like, yeah, I thought you were going to take me out. And like, to me, that means pay.
He did take her out, but I'm sure she can pay for herself. She's an adult after all.
And then suddenly his English wasn't so good anymore. When he was like, I don't understand what you mean. I was honest and like, whatever, what else do I have to lose? I just want to be honest because there's a way that I want to be treated. And like, I might as well just tell someone, like, what else do I have to lose? I don't know. And then like afterwards, he was like, next time I'll pay. Like unprompted, he said that after we were having another conversation. I said, okay. And then he said, are you free this week? And I said, yeah. And then I texted him after and I'm like, I had a nice time, thanks. And then he read it and didn't respond. And it's like, okay, I don't know. Like, I'm just tired of... I'm happy I was honest. But like, I just like want a gentleman.
That guy took it as a hint and moved on, because the last thing we want as men is someone who wants to take advantage.
Of course we're gold diggers. If you don't have a car, we not linking. Of course we gold diggers. If you ain't spending no cash, you don't get none of this. Shake it, baby. Of course we gold diggers. If you not wearing no ice, you don't look nice. Of course we gold diggers. I like designer, not Shein. That's my girl. Yep. Of course we gold diggers. All we care about is money. Yes, baby.
Be careful of these, my brothers. It's a dangerous world out there.
Of course we gold diggers. If you don't make more than 8 figures, what do you make? Yes, yes.
Well, I'm out, man. This kind of
I'd rather have loyalty than love, because love really don't mean jack. See, love is just a feeling. You can love somebody, still stab them in their back. It don't really take much to love. You can love somebody just by being attached. See, loyalty is an action. You can love or hate me and still have my back. You know what I'm saying? All that means is goddamn, like, I'd rather have loyalty over love, because love is just a feeling. It ain't really an action.
If you want to prove yourself to a man, we would rather be treated with loyalty and respect. And that's enough.
You don't really, you can do the fake to somebody and still tell them I love you. You get what I'm saying?
Looks and saying things aren't enough anymore. We men want the support, loyalty, and respect.
Separated. I got the birthday girl and my wife.
Separate.
Sorry, you're the only man at this table. Why are we doing separate checks? It's all women here.
No, but I'm not responsible for paying everybody. I got the birthday
But
girl.
you invited everybody. You invited all of us.
I didn't invite you.
Imagine going to a birthday party and the friends of your wife start to order all kinds of expensive stuff. And at the end of the night, they want you to pay.
But I didn't sign up for that. Okay? There's nobody else doing
But
the...
you participate. I know we ain't got.
I don't care how y'all do it.
Well, I'm sorry, Dave, but you always pay. Like you're the only man at the table. You're not gonna pay the check. Seriously.
But I'm not obligated. I got my whole family.
It's $700 for this whole table, and it's my birthday. This is your podcast co-host. This is your best friend.
$700.
It's only Shan. You being cheap. Are you kidding me right now? You're honestly being cheap right now. Okay, first.
No, if that was the case, I'd have just took you out.
Are you being cheap? Dre.
This is why men usually don't like to meet the partner's friends, because some friends like to get things they never had, using that guy. And it's morally wrong.
Are you gonna let him sit here with a whole table full of women? I really feel like it's not his responsibility, and when y'all get a husband,
I'm married.
I'm sorry, I do have a husband though. Hold on, wait a minute. Thank God.
If this ever happens to you, waste no time arguing. Call the waiter as fast as you can to tell them to do separate bills, or they might try to escape like in this case.
No, so Donnie, you're good because it's your birthday, but the rest of y'all, we're going to chip in. You need to leave.
No, I'm not paying for anything. I'm not paying for anything.
No.
I'm not paying for anything. I'm gonna tell you tomorrow. No, he's the man at the table. He needs to pay.
Can you please separate the checkbook?
No, that's what I'm saying. That's ghetto. Like, you don't come to no establishment like that.
What kind of animal are you?
If there is a dinner, despite the gender, if the person is an adult, they need to pay for themselves. Case closed.
Could you marry a Burger King employee?
I won't do that.
Could any girl here do it? Has any girl in history ever done it? You said past tense have. Why did you abandon him?
Because of the point we just brought up.
Because he's bum.
No, because I figured out that I need someone financially at my level.
How come the men here don't mind if she's a bum? Because we're the romantic gender and you guys are of the devil.
When men try to look for a connection, it's beautiful how they look past everything. We don't care about the financial situation. We only care about the morals and the values of that person.
You don't even get God without a husband. A woman needs a husband to go to God. We don't. We could be warlords.
He just is with this guy because he makes a lot of money.
Your boyfriend is, of course, a millionaire. He's literally one of our greatest friends. He's one of my brothers. If he wasn't making all that money, would you actually still be with him?
No.
Really?
It's sad how some people can look down on you if you're not making a lot of money.
No.
Why is that?
Well, because I think if he wasn't making money and if he was broke, right? The qualities, the characteristics, the behaviors, the mindsets, and the habits of a man who is broke are very different compared to a man that's making money.
You don't want to be like this. This is disgusting. This is awful in every way.
Now, I'm not saying that money makes the man, but I am saying that the trials and the tribulations that man had to endure to acquire a lot of money is what makes him.
They view relationships as interest and statistics, not as a person that can evolve and improve.
Yeah.
Right? So if his mind's not in the right place, his money's also not going to be in the right place. Now, a lot of people would probably not agree with me, like, oh my God, she's a gold digger then, right? Like, she just is with this guy because he makes a lot of money. No, if you were to ask me, okay, but would you still be with your man if he ended up losing it all? Then the answer would be yes.
Why the fuck you lying? Why?
Because if he had acquired it once before, he's already gone through the lessons.
He can do it again.
He can do it again.
What if he loses it and is unable to get it back? Now I'd love to see how she will answer this question.
I'd rather be single than date a broke man. Hear me out. As a single woman, when I go out, I get free. I go to a bar, someone's buying me a drink. I go anywhere, guys are like wanting to spend money on me.
I beg your pardon?
If I was with a broke man, I would literally have to turn down those advances by other men to stay loyal and faithful and respectful to my broke boyfriend. But if I'm with a guy with means and he can get me all these things and I don't feel like I'm missing out in the world, then that is a fair trade.
Many ladies think a relationship is a man giving a woman gifts and making sure she's happy all of the time. But it's not reality. A relationship is a give and take.
But why would I trade all my free I'm getting for a guy who's broke doing nothing for me? I just don't feel like that's a fair trade. I don't know. What do you think?
It's pretty difficult to put into words how disgusted I am, how depressed I am.
Yes, it's not a fair trade, especially when she's the one getting without giving.
But you date a man that makes less money than you? Hell no, I make 6 figures a year. You better make more money than me. Sorry.
Why can't he make less? Why? Explain why.
Who's gonna take care of me?
Okay.
Is it my job to take care of a man?
Ooh.
Or is it a man's job to take? Okay, wait. Let's start over because I sound like ungrateful. You can make less money than me, but you gotta be like real close.
She belongs to the streets.
Real close?
You gotta be pretty close, yeah. I would just appreciate if you could reciprocate the energy. So if I can take you on a date, can you take me on a date?
Okay.
Now we're talking. She almost had us in the first half, but I'd say this is something we can agree on.
If I can buy you some Gucci shades, can you buy me some Gucci shades?
Come on!
I'd say this is a fair trade when each time someone takes care of the other. Well, guys, that was all for today. We'll be back soon.